Good morning, students. I am Lakshmi Mai. I am taking 5th standard science subject. Today's our third topic is bones and muscles. Today you are going to learn about the joints. A joint is the place where two or more bones meet. Elastic tissues called ligaments join bones at the joints and allow the easy movement of bones. Most body parts move because of joints. Joints that allow movement are called a movable joint. Joints of the toes, ankles, knees, hips, neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers are movable joints. Joints that do not allow movement are called immovable joints. Joints in the skull are immovable joints. A joint or articulation is the connection made between bones in the body which link the skeletal system into a functional whole. They are constructed to allow for different degrees and types of movement. Next, ball and socket joint. A ball and socket joint allows movement in all directions. In this joint, the round ball-like part of one bone fits into the cup-like cavity of the other bone. The shoulder and hip joint are examples. Here, students, this is a ball and socket joint at the hip. Ball and socket joint, also called a spheroidal joint. In vertebrate anatomy, a joint in which the rounded surface of a bone moves within a depression on another bone, allowing greater freedom of movement than any other kind of joint. Next, hinge joints. Just like the hinges of the door, a hinge joint allows movement back and forth. However, unlike the ball and socket joint, it can move in only one direction. Elbows, knees, fingers and toes have hinge joints. See here, students, this is a picture of hinge joint at the elbow. Hinge joint is a bone joint in which the articular surfaces are molded to each other in such a manner as to permit motion only in one plane. Next, gliding joint. Joints that allow bones to glide or slide over each other are called gliding joints. Such joints enable the bones to move back and forth as well as sideways. Bones of the vertebral column and those of the wrist and ankle have gliding joints. A gliding joint, also known as a plane joint or planar joint, is a common type of synovial joint formed between bones that meet at flat or nearly flat articular surfaces. Gliding joints allow the bones to glide past one another in any direction along the plane of the joint, up and down, left and right. See here, students, this is a picture of gliding joint. Next, pivot joint. A joint formed when the round surface of one bone fits into a ring-like structure formed by another bone is called a pivot joint. This allows the round bone rotate over the ring-like bone in several directions. The joint present in the neck is a pivot joint. A pivot joint is a synovial joint in which the end of two bones meet. One end being a central bony cylinder, the other end being a ring made of bone and ligament. Quick check. Name the following: a movable joint, an immovable joint, a gliding joint. Write in your science class book. Did you know, students, X-ray are used to look at the bones inside our body. These rays pass through the soft parts of the body but are blocked by the denser bones. The picture is taken on an X-ray sheet. X-rays are used to detect cracks and breaks in the bones. Now you are going to learn about the muscles. Bones and joints of the body cannot move without the help of muscles. Muscles also help give shape to the body along with the bones. They are found in almost all the parts of the body. There are more than 600 muscles. The face and neck have more muscles than any other part of the body. Tissues called tendons attach muscles to the bones of the body. Muscles generally work in pairs. When a muscle contracts or pulls itself together, it brings the attached bone closer to the body. Similarly, when a muscle expands or relaxes, the bone moves away from the body. Muscles is a soft tissue found in most animals. Muscle cells contain protein filaments of actin and myosin that slide past one another, producing a contraction that changes both the length and the shape of the cell. Muscles function to produce force and motion. There are three main types of muscles in the human body. First one is voluntary muscles. Muscles that move when we want them to move are called voluntary muscles. Muscles of the hands, legs and neck are voluntary muscles. They help us to walk, pick up things and move our neck. Voluntary muscles are the muscles that are under conscious control and can be controlled at will, or we can choose when to use them. They are also known as skeletal muscles. As they are attached to the bones, voluntary muscles are responsible for the movement of body parts and the locomotion. Next, involuntary muscles. Muscles that are not under our control and work on their own are called involuntary muscles. The muscles of the heart, the digestive system and many other internal organs are involuntary. One very important involuntary muscle is your heart, which keeps beating all day and night. Other involuntary muscles help digest food and are found in your stomach and intestines. It takes goods to be an involuntary muscles. Third one is cardiac muscles. The muscles of the heart work continuously throughout our lifetime. They help the heart contract and relaxed tirelessly and send blood to all the parts of the body. Cardiac muscles is one of three types of vertebrate muscles, with the other two being skeletal and smooth muscles. It is an involuntary striated muscle that constitutes the main tissue of the wall of the heart. Let's learn some new words. Bone marrow, meaning of bone marrow, the inner soft portion of the bones. Next, rib cage, meaning of rib cage, the cage-like structure formed of 12 pairs of curved bones called ribs. Next, vertebra, meaning of vertebra, small bones that make up the vertebral column. Next, limbs, meaning of limbs, the arms and legs. Next, ligament, meaning of ligament, elastic tissues that join bones at the joints and allow the easy movement of bones. Next, tendon, meaning of tendon, tissues that attach muscles to the bones of the body. Read and write new words, page number 198 from lesson number 3, bones and muscles. Write in your science homework book and send on the WhatsApp. Thank you.